Tim Dillon absolutely tore into Ellen DeGeneres.
It's a rough one now because she was running Abu Ghraib in the back of her show. She's out there dancing with Kristen Bell, and in the back, there's people that are getting up on the rack.
Ellen's rise to the top of entertainment was meteoric, but her fall was equally spectacular. Even after her carefully crafted Be Kind persona crumbled, she boldly tried to stage a comeback, recasting herself as the one wronged.
Actually reportedly complaining about how hard it is for women in America with the double standards.
Look at Oprah, how hard it is for her.
Oh, she's got, like 10 houses, Ellen DeGeneres?
Michelle Obama, look how hard it is for women in America. They're hurt.
Today, we're unpacking the full story, so get ready. It's going to be quite a ride.
Ellen's rough.
Ellen is like an old.
But it's a rough one now.
It's a rough one now because she was running Abu Ghraib in the back of her show. That's a rough one. She's out there dancing with Kristen Bell, and in the back, there's people that are getting up on the rack like this.
It's so weird when you see, like, a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced.
What makes Ellen's story so startling is how long the truth stayed hidden. For more than 15 years, she hosted one of daytime TV's biggest hits, producing thousands of episodes and building a brand centered on kindness. Yet beneath that flawless exterior lurked a very different reality, one that remained largely unspoken until it all finally unraveled.
People that are like that all the time, she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a bitch, right? You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they
Dogs
have like
around them.
Yeah, she's got dogs and hoods. If an intern's late, they have a hood on. I don't support that.
While headlines fixated on a toxic workplace, the reality ran much deeper than a few harsh managers. Reports emerged of senior producers engaging in racism, inappropriate behavior, and fostering a climate of fear. And when attention shifted to Ellen herself, that's when the true extent of the problem came into focus.
Her show got canceled after she had this testy exchange with Dakota Johnson, where something happened where Dakota said, oh, I had this birthday party, and Ellen said, well, why didn't you invite me? You didn't invite me. And she said, like, no, I did invite you, Ellen. That's not what happened. And Ellen had blown her off. And then tried to play the victim on the set with her. Anyway, it led to article after article of people being like, Ellen's a bitch. Ellen is a nasty person. And all these staffers started to come out, not for nothing, but I know a guy, I know him very well, whose sister worked for her, who said, you were not allowed to make eye contact with Ellen in the halls of that show. If you saw her, this is not a nice person.
While headlines fixated on a toxic workplace, the reality ran much deeper than a few harsh managers. Reports emerged of senior producers engaging in racism, inappropriate behavior, and fostering a climate of fear. And when attention shifted to Ellen herself, that's when the true extent of the problem came into focus.
But Megyn Kelly wasn't about to let that slide.
But now, she's coming back. She's got a Netflix special. That's the right response.
Yeah.
She's got a Netflix special. And here's the capper. On the promo, and apparently there's now articles out about from people who have seen the preview, she plays the victim. And she says, for me, and she actually has the nerve to say that she was run out of Hollywood. This person
with she has $100 million in her pocket.
$450 million, according to Forbes. That's a low estimate.
Ellen's Be Kind image unraveled as countless stories emerged, painting a far harsher reality. It started with a single March 2020 tweet from comedian Kevin Porter calling her one of the meanest people alive, sparking a flood of personal accounts. Staff and bystanders shared experiences of extreme micromanagement and rigid rules, like complaints over chipped nail polish, policing lunch orders to avoid meat, and staff being instructed not to make eye contact. Even guests felt the tension, with producers warning them about topics that might upset her. Despite these revelations, Ellen attempted a comeback, only to face sharp pushback from critics like Megyn Kelly.
So now she's out there saying, I was run out of Hollywood. She's actually reportedly complaining about how hard it is for women in America with the double standards.
Look at Oprah, how hard it is for her.
Oh, she's got,
hard-
what, like 10 houses, Ellen DeGeneres?
Michelle Obama, look how hard it is for women in America. They're hurting.
It's just woe is me. I was run out of Hollywood as she speaks from this grandiose stage on Netflix. Hello, you haven't been canceled if you are doing a Netflix special. She got $20 million for the one before this. I'm sure she's fine.
I'm sure she's fine.
Financially, Ellen is thriving, but her Netflix comeback leaned heavily on image control rather than accountability. Instead of addressing the toxic culture under her watch, she framed herself as a victim, lamenting how hard it is for women and claiming she was run out of Hollywood, all while collecting millions and performing on a global platform. Commentators like Tim and Rob Schneider pointed out that her regrets seemed selective, less about harm done and more about optics, making her return feel hollow. True comebacks, as history shows with figures like Mel Gibson, require owning mistakes and showing genuine accountability. Only then can forgiveness and credibility follow. Ellen's current approach illustrates the pitfalls of prioritizing reputation over responsibility.